Look at those little chubby cheeks. How cute is that? 6 Moons tents, and I've been using a lightweight cook system for a while now by Stormin Norman. I've got no idea why I'm talking like that. That must have been my broadcast voice back in my early days. It brings back a few fond memories though. That was actually the first ever wild camping video I uploaded to YouTube. So in that particular video I was testing out a trekking pole tent and a brand new stove called the Stormin Norman Cone. What a brilliant bit of kit that is. Seen a bit of action since, whoa! It's seen a bit of action since then though. It's really windy again today. So these stoves were just made in a garage, I think, by a fella called Norman Reeves. He sadly passed away back in 2020. So you can't get these anymore. However, every time I show this on the channel, I get loads of questions asking, where can I buy it from? And the answer every time has been, you can't get them anymore. It is a really simple design. All of the heat is captured inside the cone. So the burner was actually just made out of a tonic water can. Really simple stuff. But this setup is really efficient and wind resistant, which will come in handy today. So since 2020, unless you're really lucky and pick one of these up on eBay, the only place you can get them from is Trail Designs, which is the Caldera cone, which is over in America. But you can't get them shipped direct. You've got to go through a third-party shipping company, and the costs are astronomical. So back in February, I saw a video by Stripey Hat Guy where he's showing his brand new stove that he was having manufactured. So I'd seen the stove before on his videos, but to be honest, I just thought it was a Stormin Norman cone, and I didn't think anything of it. So in that video, I think he'd contacted 37 different manufacturers to see if they could knock up a sample from his CAD design. Eventually, one of them said yes. And once he'd proved that you could get them manufactured, he thought, why not go for it and set up a little business and start producing these stoves for the general public here in the UK. I remember contacting him at the time and just congratulating him really and wishing him luck with his venture. So skipping forward to the end of May, him and his business partner Timo have launched a Kickstarter program to try and see if they can get these into manufacture. Stripey's contacted me, asked me if I want to try one out. Obviously I said yes because I'm a stove addict. So I thought I'd give you a quick look-see and see what it looks like side by side with the Stormin cone. So the cook set is called the Featherlight 700. Comes in this little mesh bag. The whole thing weighs 144 grams and the pot itself is a branded Tokes pot, titanium, 700 millilitres. Everything that you need you can store inside. So these little cloths, they don't come with it. But you do get the burner, a little bottle for your fuel, bit of foil just to protect the ground. And then the clever bit is the cone itself. So the cone itself is made of titanium, comes in 2 sections and they just interlock. Like so, there we go. With it being in 2 sections means everything can break down really small and fit inside your pot. And then when you've built both of these up, say it straightforward, you just interlock all of these together. There we go. That goes in there, that goes there. That's it. There we're in. Very clever. It's thin, but once you've got your pot in, that is really sturdy. Although if it's really windy, it will blow away because it is so light. Pot fits in there, lid goes in top. So this is real life daily vlogging for you. Yesterday's vlog, I was talking about mistakes, and I have made the cardinal sin today. I bought stoves, fuel, I've even bought croutons to go in my soup. But what I've not brought is some water to boil. Hashtag numpty. Right, plan B. Let's go home and boil some water. Scene 2, take 426. Should have just filmed it here in the first place, shouldn't I? think I've got a video floating around that's 500,000 views, cooking a breakfast in the back garden on a jet boil.
You got some water?
Yeah. Yeah, I've got some water. Cheeky sod. So where was I? Right, boil some water. Right, we're gonna go for a pint. Not bothered about the time, but I will time it just for you. Here we go. That's the thing about these alcohol stoves, they're really, really quiet. There's no roaring gas or anything like that. Just listen to the birds. Splashed out a bit. Heinz soup, chicken soup. Meant to pick up mushroom. It's going to be one of those days. So on the Kickstarter, you're only going to be able to get this complete kit at the moment. So that includes the pot, the cone, and the little burner as well as a little bottle for your fuel. But the plan is going forward, I believe, once they get more established, is to make just the cones for whatever pot size that you've got. So if you look at my storming pot here, or cone, that is made for an Alp kit mug. This one is dedicated for the Tokes mug. And I'm sure lots of different people prefer different style pots, so yeah, fingers crossed there'll be a variety of different cones for all the pot sizes anyway. Have a little sneak, a little bit of steam and mini bubbles. So the storming cone has done me proud for years. It is starting to get a little bit battered, a few war wounds and bends here and there. If you look after things, it will last years and years. It is a bit breezy today. And that's one of the beauties of this style of cook kit, is that everything is enclosed, so it traps the heat inside here as well. Very efficient, so you should be able to get a boil on around 15 millilitres of alcohol. We're almost there actually. That's 7.5 minutes. It's just starting to bubble, which I don't think is too bad at all. Been looking forward to a bit of soup for ages. You can see how the cone holds all the heat in there. Soup isn't soup without a few croutons or some bread to dip in. So once you've got your boil, you can, if you want, move the cone out of the way and then just pop the lid on. It is a screw fit, so you can save fuel by doing that. With it being titanium, this cools down really quickly. Unlike this soup, which is nuclear at the moment. Anyway, I just wanted to show you that we are going to be getting this style of cone again here in the UK. So this is arguably the most efficient kind of alcohol stove that you can get. It's nice to see a regular backpacker coming up with an idea and trying to get it to market. I will leave a link in the description below to the Kickstarter if you want to take a look at getting one of these. I think Stripey was saying he needs to raise £7,000 to get this thing off the road. Otherwise, it's just not going to make production, which would be a shame because it's a cracking bit of kit. Croutons all the way. Anyway, shh, the gaffer's home. Don't tell her I've got another stove.
Well, that would have been alright if you'd not put it on Instagram earlier.
I didn't think you followed me. Anyway, see you tomorrow.